Hey everybody. So in this one we are finishing up the shelving and putting on most of the siding. I am short two pieces. I gotta find one more piece of this dark MDF or whatever the hell it is. I gotta find one more piece and I gotta cut it a couple of times and then we will be done. So I did the top and the bottom. I might as well just call it a casing. I mean that's basically what it is. It's just hiding the frame basically. But yeah. So right here, getting a couple of holes pre-drilled for the screws, and yeah, just cleaning up now. This turned out really nice, and I really hope that everyone that watches the whole thing enjoys it, enjoys the rest of the build, or at least almost the rest of it, dude. It sucks that I'm short a couple pieces, but hey, that's what you get dealing with scraps. That is something that I did want to make this clear. Not all of this is scrap wood. I did get a sheet of plywood for the back, the sides, and I did buy the frame, but all the shelving is just scrap cabinet wood. I don't even fully know what the hell all this really came from. It could have been the shelving, it could have been the sides of a cabinet. Dude, I really have no idea. I know it looks nice with it though. I do go kind of back and forth on how I want to do this, and then I end up just going with putting in the sides first and then making the bottom meet the sides rather than doing the bottom first and then the siding. So, it, to me, it really didn't matter, but it just kind of, in this situation, it made more sense to do the sides and then the bottom. Fitting it exactly right was obviously a pain, but it is what it is. I gotta say, at some point in this, I believe, yeah, it's way later. It's towards the end. Eventually, the nail gun didn't really fit, so I did just screw in one of these pieces, or at least on the bottom. I nailed it up top, but for the bottom of it, like inside the spice rack, I couldn't really fit the nail gun, so I just kind of screwed that down to the frame. It's still gonna hold. I didn't over torque it or anything like that. I just used the Gen 2 Surge. Obviously, if the nail gun didn't fit, the drill ain't gonna fit, so I didn't even try to pre-drill the holes. I just used some wood screws, like little 1.25 inch wood screws. So they were kind of slim, and I think that helps. They had a weird thread on them, though. I don't really stick one up to the camera or anything at any point, but yeah, I just used some wood screws. Yeah, I did grab that block, kind of smack it down into place. I didn't want to hit the cabinet if I didn't have to, and if I did, I really was just tapping it like as hard as I had to, not as hard as I could, if that makes any sense. You don't really want to damage it. You're going to be using the damn thing, but you want everything to fit tight. So if it's got any play in it at all, I don't recommend that, but for anybody's first project or anything like that, dude, if you're following along and trying to replicate, like, I doubt anybody is. I mean, most people would just go buy a spice rack. But if you're like me and have to stay busy otherwise, you lose your sanity. So you just build shit to not lose sanity. Then if you are following along, um, just make sure. I recommend everything fit tight, dude. If you have to, I hope you don't have to go buy anything, but if you do mess up a couple of cuts, it's okay. I messed up once or twice on this, and I ended up just, now I got some scrap wood. But that's what I mean. Hey, a small, a small box, and honestly, you never know. You might end up using some of those as spacers. Like eventually, I am going to be building my wife an appliance station, so that way we can clear counter space. We're just going to have a appliance station right up under the spice rack on the outside wall of the kitchen. It's kind of, I mean, it's in the hallway, but I'm not going to build it to where it's in the way. Like it's only going to be probably like 14 to 15 inches long, but it's going to be wide. Like it's going to be, I would imagine at least 3 foot wide is at least. It's probably going to wind up being 4 foot, but either way, that's coming. I I'm not 100% sure when, but I know it's coming. I'm kind of just waiting on paychecks to come in at this point. When it comes down to the future stuff, uh, don't think I forgot about the dollhouse because my daughter reminds me every day. It just, I know that's gonna take probably another 60 to 80 bucks, and I don't exactly have 60 to 80 bucks just laying around. Bills got to come first. So it is coming. Future projects, just know that they're coming. Whenever I know and can do it, trust me, y'all are going to be the first to know. But there really isn't much left of this. I believe I'm almost done. Yeah, about a minute left. Slide that in there. Yeah. This is what I was talking about. The nail gun really didn't fit. Like it did, but it didn't, and it was shooting the nails really weird. Like I kept thinking that it was jammed, but it wasn't jammed. And I was like, all right, so what's going on? Because I could get the top to stay perfectly fine, and then I was like, oh shit, it doesn't fit. So I shot about, I don't know, 5, 6 nails in the bottom, and they kept skating off the top of it, I guess is the best way to say it. But either way, pretty sure I just paused it, figured it out. Yeah, and then here we go.